Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. My worthy uncle, Mukhtar Gondal Saab, learned dignitaries from the Federal Bureau of Revenue, distinguished advocates, my brother Justice Jawad Hassan, members of the press corps, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. First, I would just tell you that I would not be taking your time. I would be starting right on. Much is articulated about the benefits of reading, but very little is said about the personal outcome that one derives from writing. For the writer, it is a significant literary activity that enables him to accomplish a variety of personal, intellectual, occupational, and recreational goals. It keeps alive his urge of learning, discovering, investigating, and findings. It enhances his emotional and mental health. Ultimately, the words and ideas of a good writer withstand the test of time and continue to benefit the mankind for generations. Writing is not merely an art, but also a responsibility towards the general public. A meaningful write-up contributes to shape the behavior of the society at large, instills positive energy in its readers, and introduce the public to a different perspective. It is thus a mode of connection and a way of learning. I have been a bibliophile since my teenage. A good book makes itself read by its reader. I have the privilege to go through the book, Understanding the Writ Jurisdiction in Pakistan, authored by Dr. Tariq Masood. Once I started it, the book made it certain that I go through every leaf it contained and every word it had to offer. This book provides a perfect testimony of how accomplished a writer Dr. Tariq Masood Saab is. He has masterfully touched almost every nuance of writ jurisdiction, from the history and scope of writs to their implications and application. The writer has comprehensively covered every topic. I'm very much impressed by the pragmatic analysis made by the writer about the concept of aggrieved person, which is the basic concept of writ jurisdiction, which is a must read for every student of law who is entrusted to grasp the concept of locus standi for invoking the constitutional jurisdiction of the High Court. Dr. Tariq Masood Saab is a naturally gifted jurist with excellent research skills, outstanding pedagogical abilities, brilliant legal acumen, and a sharp wit that distinguish him from the ordinary. The way he has highlighted different aspects of writs sufficiently reveals that he is well conversant with the legal principles and case laws on the subject. I am fully confident that this book will not only be utilized by the entire gamut of legal fraternity to quench their thirst for knowledge, but will also be used as a reference book on the subject of writs. Ladies and gentlemen, today when I entered this building, I virtually crossed the memory lane that took me back to a point where I would visit this place with my esteemed father, Mr. Imtiaz Ali Khan, retired Commissioner of Inland Revenue, who spent more than 3 decades of his life in these alleys, corridors, and rooms of this building. All the memories I have with this place are fleeting past my eyes like a movie. I can hear a number of voices in my head, including the voice of my father resonating in this building, like of Sheikh Sajjad Hassan, Mr. Iftikhar Ahmed Bajwa, Chaudhry Khalid Mahmood, Khwaja Muhammad Sarwar, and many others. Whole of my heart is full of emotions. These emotions are evidence of my nostalgic association with this place and those associated with text department whom I really feel a robust connection. On a lighter tone, when coming from High Court to this building, I just remembered that I was studying at Cathedral High School doing my O-levels there, and I used to travel on foot on the footpaths of the High Court to the tax office. And I used to come on the first floor. The father was first the SA of Zone 1, then he was the ISC headquarter for the regional commissioner, and I used to sit in the PA's room. And my only refreshment was Shazan, mango, juice, and a chips. And I was not allowed to come into the office. And say round about after 30 to 40 minutes, a buzzer came in and used to say, "Is he still sitting there?" And the PA said, "Yes, sir, call him in." So I used to go in, said, "You had your Shazan mango and your chips?" I said, "Yes." "Okay, anything else?" "Go sit down again in the PA's room. When I finished, we will go home." So ladies and gentlemen, these emotions are evidence of my nostalgic association with this place, as I have already explained with the tax department. I wish this department to grow in stature and strength and play an exemplary role in dispensation of justice and economic prosperity of Pakistan. The winds and waters of commerce carry opportunities that help nations grow and bring citizens of the world closer together. Put simply, increased trade spells more jobs, higher earnings, better products, less inflation, and cooperation over confrontation. President Ronald Reagan had made these remarks during his radio address to promote free trade. We can also conveniently use these words to highlight the importance of domestic trade and commerce. At present, only the economic status of a country determines its overall strength. The easiest way for a state to boost its economic might is creating a congenial atmosphere for the businessmen. That is the reason states compete against each other to improve their business rankings, to attract more investors in their jurisdictions. The World Bank's Doing Business report measures aspects of business regulations and their implications during a business life cycle through 10 key doing business indicators. One of the key doing business indicators is enforcing contracts, which measures the time and cost for resolving a commercial dispute through a local first instance court. And the quality of judicial process index, currently Pakistan is ranked 156th out of 190 economies on the said indicator. Ladies and gentlemen, the incumbent Chief Justice of the Lahore High Court, Justice Muhammad Amir Bhatti, is totally committed to work along various departments of the government to bring long-lasting, substantial reforms in the justice systems of the province. Establishment of commercial courts in the province of Punjab is one of the key reforms initiatives that the Honorable Chief Justice Lahore High Court is very keenly pursuing. This initiative will not only project a soft image of Pakistan, but will also help it to attract foreign investors. The creation of wealth in the society has a nexus with the overall tax collection. The FBR will also be one of the beneficiaries of this initiative, as more investment will make it easier for the Bureau to collect more taxes to be spent on the general masses. To be here for a noble cause of the book launching by Dr. Saab, and also having the chance to interact with so many distinguished personalities.